Hello to anyone watching. I'm going to go ahead and start with my first Leetcode question, which is off of this Leetcode patterns list, I think curated by Prashad. Um, it was just one of the ones that was popular on Reddit and just a bunch of CS forums, even just a quick Google search of just Leetcode patterns brought up this as the first search result. So I thought it's a good, you know, place to start. Obviously, if I have time, I get through all of these, which I doubt, but if that does happen, I'll continue doing some more, whichever ones seem popular. But this is the first one out of the list, and so let's just jump right into it. In terms of difficulty, it is just an easy question, um, and it's testing knowledge on arrays. And I actually have this open because I was just trying to do this and I pressed submit code and Leetcode just said I have to make an account, so I've gone ahead and do that. But I guess that does mean I've cheated a little because I've seen this. Um, but yeah, I don't know if that code works, so I'm just gonna still go ahead and debug it with through this video. But yeah, the question states that given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. And so the examples that are given um, are these three listed. The first one is that if we have a list of 1, 2, 3, and 1, it returns true because 1 and 1 appear twice. And if we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, there's no duplicate, so we return false. And if there is a list that contains many duplicates, then we still return true. And so the first thing that jumps out here is the use of a set, I think, because a set would essentially transform this list that we have as 1, 2, 3, 1 into just 1, 2, and 3 like that. And if the size of this is different to the input list nums that were given as a parameter, then we can deduce that there was some sort of duplicate in there. We have no concern for which one. All we have to identify is whether or not there is one. So let's just go ahead and see if we can convert this into a set called no duplicates. Just use the set function in Python. I believe that's how it works. No, semicolon needed. Python's a simple language. But yeah, and then this was where I got to. I don't know if you can just do set equality in Python. I don't remember. So let's just go ahead and try it and see if it works. If it doesn't, we can see if we can use length or something. So essentially return whether or not this set we have is equal to the list that was provided. Um, what are the options? Oh, run example test cases. Um, okay, well, this does not seem to work. Oh, it is just giving, I guess it's giving false for all of them, so I don't think this works. Let me just see if there is len of a in Python. There should be. Is it just len? That would be silly. It does seem to just be len. Okay. Well, then we can just, I guess, we can just put len around both of these and see if that does the job for us. And hopefully this fixes the issue because now we're just testing whether the length of each of those is correct. We have, so it's still wrong and it's flipped, which is interesting. Okay. Um, where did this go wrong? I should be calling this right. Hmm. Okay, well, len does seem to work. So that shouldn't be the issue. Oh, oh, have I just done it the other way around? Oh, it is just flipped. It's entirely flipped. So all we need to do, I guess what I was doing is if they if they are the same, it would return true. Like if I guess if everything in there is distinct, because then the length of the set would be the length of the list. If that if that is true, then everything is obviously distinct, and I was returning true in that scenario. But actually, we need to return true when there is some sort of duplicate. So I just need to flip this return statement, and that should work. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the discuss section. I mean, one thing I like to do is just see if people came up with better solutions, or obviously when I get stuck, I just like to go ahead and see. So let's just go ahead and do Python. Python and Python 3 should be similar enough. This one is an easy solution, so let's just go with that. Okay, that that does not, that's obviously very different, but essentially, oh, he has an import. I don't know if that's even allowed in a lot of solutions. But this guy seems to be claiming he's faster than everyone, so let's go ahead and see that. Um, yeah, okay, well, he's done the exact same thing, where he's just taken the length of the input list and taken the length of the set, and then just return accordingly, which is exactly what we have in a slightly different font. So yeah, I think that should be it for the first question. Pretty simple. I just haven't used Python in a long time, so I wasn't too familiar on these. Um, I just didn't remember if we even have length for sets and whatnot. Thought it might be like dot size or something like in Java, but yeah, it's just Scant again. But yeah, hopefully that was somewhat insightful. Probably a bit too simple for anyone to learn anything off that, but yeah, hence 1 out of 171 done, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.